Good morning. Arthur Offaly speaking on behalf of the Arthur Offaly Foundation, a totally independent organisation with no government, alliance or paramilitary groups. Now, it is with total disgust that I have to report that my office has been overflown with members of the public asking for help and assistance. These people are finding it hard to make ends meet, all because of that so-called British Prime Minister, Theresa May, and her corrupt government. Now, I get young mothers in my office crying who cannot feed their children and have to attend food banks for help. My office can only help them so far, as I do not receive any funding from any government agencies. Some of these families were on DLA and surviving normally. Now, after applying for PIP, most have been rejected by these people. No reason given, but of course that was Theresa May's plan to hit the working class members of the public. Some of these young mothers have to express to me in private about taking their own lives as if it gets any worse. Some of the stories I have heard from these people who are desperate. One case in particular is from a woman in her mid-50s who worked all her life until her health failed. She got DLA and was coping normally until that animal, Theresa May, stopped DLA in favour of PIP, an excuse for her British government to save money and put families into poverty. This woman in particular is now waiting 1 full year to know if she is entitled to get PIP and has not received any money from the government in all that time. Now, how do they expect this woman to live? And there are many other women like her who come into my office day and daily. This woman has filled in her forms at least 5 times, and they have been sent back to her, even though the forms were filled in by so-called government agencies who are receiving funding from the government to fill in these people's forms. I think that speaks for itself. Now, my organisation, the Arthur Offaly Foundation, has helped this woman many times, as well as many other women and many other families of the public who are needing help badly. The way this British government is treating the working class people here in Northern Ireland is an infringement of their human rights. Oh, I forgot, we do not have human rights here in Northern Ireland. This woman, like many others, is entitled to a living wage by law. Yet this woman has received nothing for over 1 full year. This woman is a member of the public, but no one is offering her any help. Then you look at those so-called MLAs, calling themselves politicians, sitting on their butts for almost 2 years and doing nothing, yet they are getting their wages, full wages, paid into their grubby little banks. These people have no morality at all, no shame. It is beyond belief that they can accept public money and do nothing for it, while members of the public are suffering and starving, all because those so-called politicians cannot sit down with each other and talk like normal human beings. Then you get the DUP propping up that lame duck British government of Theresa May just to get their 2 minutes of fame, while people here in Northern Ireland are starving and homeless, and all because of the policies of that British Minister Theresa May and her corrupt government. And it's amazing that after 2 spotlight programmes naming and shaming all those MLAs and the MPs, stealing hundreds of thousands of pounds out of the public purse, and yet that so-called RUCPSNA have not arrested 1 single person or even questioned anybody about the serious fraud crimes. I would like to ask why. After all, the BBC named the people who stole all that money. I have members of the public in my office crying for a living wage to feed their young families. And yet those MLAs and MPs can steal hundreds of thousands of pounds out of the public purse and get away with it. Where is the justice there? Will someone explain to me how that is allowed to happen? There cannot be one law for them and one law for us, the members of the public. Now, just to finish, today is the 15th of August 2018, is the anniversary of the brutal murder of my unarmed father 44 years ago by that paramilitary group calling themselves the RUC PSNA, who had to employ a Sinn Féin ARA informer called Scappaticci to carry out their dirty work and to supply him with the army rifle to shoot my father, and pay him, of course, out of the public purse. And this corrupt force are still withholding vital information about my father's murder 44 years ago, and still no one arrested for the murder of my unarmed father, Arthur Joseph Rafferty, in 1974. Yet they know who murdered my father, their paid informer, Freddie Scappaticci from Sinn Féin ARA. Now, anyone who would like a tip of this story or any one of my stories can call me on my mobile 07715 921137. Leave your name and address and I will send you a tip free. Thank you. Anyone who has a story to tell and wishes me to air it can call me on my mobile 07715 921137, or I can send a reporter out to get your story. And remember, I will tell your story as you tell me. Nothing will be cut out. Watch more of my stories on YouTube, arthurrafferty.com, YouTube Arthur Rafferty, Arthur Rafferty Dogger, YouTube Jackspot 2012. That is a tip about the brutal murder of my father by a five-man gang of Sinn Féin ARA, led by Freddie Scappaticci on the orders of the British government, the RUC PSNI and the Special Branch. That Sinn Féin ARA scum Scappaticci carried out their orders on their command. Now, my email is arthurrafferty1@gmail.com. Thank you for watching ASNI TV, and good morning, and I will see you soon.